Hi, my name is Karris Reeves Robinson. I am the owner of the Collective Salon Atlanta. We're located in Upper Buckhead near Lindbergh Station.
Hi, I'm Gerthy Agard, owner of Salons by JC in Sandy Springs.
Maybe tell the reasons why you would suggest them not coming straight to a suite and why you maybe would.
Yeah, I think that going to work at a salon, you gain not only the additional skills, but you have an opportunity to be mentored. You get to learn of how something operates, how the business operates, because that's not something that you have learned necessarily in cosmetology school. And you have an opportunity to build your clientele. I just think that the whole mentoring and what you get out of a salon is important, because you have to consider you're going straight from school into owning a salon. It's a space, it's a suite, but it is really your business. So I do think that there is something in terms of just working with other people. I think that it's important to have that apprenticeship, an opportunity to work with others, to learn about the business and what works, what doesn't work, and then you can, sort of growth. It's a building step.
Yeah. This reminds me of one of my favorite stories of all time. My mentor, who is still my mentor to this day, when I first moved to Atlanta, I worked for her and just was her understudy. And she caught me being in that phase of like, I'm tired of sweeping hair. I'm tired of folding towels. Like, I'm tired of just being, the shampoo tech. And she pulled me to the side and she said, stop being afraid to serve. And right there, she gave me the understanding that this is the service industry and that the way that you stand out in this industry is not by how well you do hair. It's about having a heart of service. And so she moved to Charlotte from Atlanta and literally left me an entire book of business. All because I was the one that was not afraid to serve. All because she could call on me to do anything, from whisking her color to changing out the towel to putting on a new cape, whatever it was. I was like, okay, I'll do it. I'll serve you. And her clients saw me serve, and they saw me serve in a way that was completely under her mentorship, how she wanted it done. That's the way I did it. So when she left, they was like, oh yeah, I'm going to see Karris, because they know I'm going to do it the way I was taught to do it. And if you loved her, then you'll love me. And so mentorship in a salon is something that you should not skirt around. You should not try to escape. We don't want to work for anybody else. It changed my life. I built an entire business because I served somebody else. So I hope that's a blessing to someone.
Salon suite is salon ownership and a micro level. So that's the way you have to look at it. We're an incubator for small businesses who their goal really is to be is to have their own space, their own larger space. So they come to the smaller suite, they learn how to operate a business, and everything that goes with it, and they learn how to become a larger salon owner, where they will have people working with them and people that work for them, and they can become the mentors. So, I think that there's space for both, but one is an opportunity to kind of learn. It's sort of an apprentice. So you get out, you go to school, you get out of school, you work for a salon, you work in a salon, you learn everything that you can in there. And then should you want to have a storefront, but you don't have the finances, because there's a lot that goes into this, you come to a place where all you're paying really is your rent and then your marketing and things like that. But you're also learning how to build your business. You're gaining some skills more and making a little bit more money, so you can then move on. And some people don't want to move on. It depends on what you want to do with your career, but they're all steps, into whatever the next level is.
Right. And I love that you called it an incubator. I love that mindset that here is a trial run. Here's a playing ground for you to figure out what you're good at. And I realize now when I was at a salon and I started to see things that I was like, I don't like how they're doing that. I don't think it should be done that way. I don't think it should be paid that way. Then it dawned on me, you need to have your own salon.
Mhm.
If you feel those unctionings within yourself and you know that I am a true natural born leader. And I know people say that and it's like, okay, girl. But I'm the type of person, when I walk into a space, I'm like, that doesn't belong there. I should move that. We should fix that. We need a different light here. Like, I literally walk into a room and want to make a space better. So if you feel like you're a real leader, then maybe that is the incubator that you need to test that out for yourself. And then you can grow to open a larger salon if you choose. So I love the incubator term.
If you don't have a business account and you don't have at least a bookkeeper, it's not that I'm not saying you're not ready to be in a suite. It's just that it's going to be very challenging. You have to know your business. You have to know your numbers because you are a salon owner that is operating in a suite, if that makes sense.
It does. So this is a great conversation. There used to be a particular number. It used to be you needed to have at least 250 clients to say that you had a book of business. I'm sure that number has increased as inflation has happened, but that used to be the number. Here's what I want to say for salon ownership. You should have the type of clientele that it overflows and you can build other people's books. I no longer need to grasp every single client that comes in the door and be like, they're my client, I need their money. That's not what I'm doing. I am in a role of leadership, so what I'm hearing is, you want this service, let me pinpoint who on my team could best provide said service and let me move you in that direction. So no longer am I trying to necessarily build my whole income off of every single client that walks in the door. I'm at a point of overflow where whoever walks in the door, I can gladly give you away to another stylist. So if you're not at a place of overflow, meaning that you literally need to turn people away, you probably are not at a place where you need to be in salon ownership. You also know when you are ready to transition out of maybe a suite or a smaller space to an actual full-fledged salon. When you have a CPA on retainer, you are looking at your numbers literally weekly,
If not daily.
if not daily.
Yeah.
So I'm looking, every Monday is my day where I'm not in the salon and I'm looking at my numbers. What did we do the previous week? Where did those dollars go? What do we need to do to clear overhead? I'm looking at those numbers every Monday. And then I'm sitting down with a CPA that I have on retainer, which means I pay her year round. I don't pay her when tax season comes. I'm constantly paying her to look at the numbers and feed back to me, this is what you need to tweak. This is where you spent too much money. This is what you need to change. So if you're not at a place where you really can look at where your money is and where it's going, you're probably still not ready to do a full-fledged salon. If you are looking for a salon team where we are here to truly build you up, figure out what your superpower is, and continue to grow that, you should come and check us out. The Collective Salon Atlanta. We are in Upper Buckhead, Lindbergh Station area, and we would love to have you. We're about building other people.
And if you're looking for a salon suite in Sandy Springs, in a community that is collaborative and supportive, then come and see us.
I love that.